show. Tonight, I'll look at the topic that I called vacancy jobs wanted for listeners. Yesterday was a very memorable day. I so much enjoyed the conversation that I had with someone, and I just sort of reminded me of how I used to be many years ago. Many years ago, I wasn't a speaker like this as people so know me today. I hardly talked. Oh, that's like a secret, a little secret that I'm letting you in. But it was a great moment that I reminisced and I did what I long used to enjoy doing. Was what I was so natural with. I sort of connected with something that's at the core of my being. I was having a conversation with someone, and I had intentionally decided to just listen. And I came out from that conversation learning a lot. Sort of like the saying goes that when you're talking, you are not learning anything. And so we are living in a time, particularly with the explosion of the web and social media, that everybody has one opinion or the other. We are hardly listening to each other. That is the world we are living in today. Uh, People are trying to express themselves, so it's like freedom or empowerment carried to ridiculous extremes that the world today are short of listeners. And can I tell you that many people, relationships, and businesses are hurting and are not operating at their optimal best because we are hardly listening to one another. Different societies. Look at the US, for example, the rioting and the arson and all that. You have a cancel culture. People want to impose their opinions upon others. And if you don't accept the opinion, you are like labeled and rejected. It's sort of cancel culture. Perhaps too, I've not seen the research, but for me, it's a hypothesis that in the area of marriages too, marriages are suffering because people, couples, aren't quite listening to each other. Uh, and the business place too, people all have their ideas, and young people and families, if you ask, if you do some research, it's just going to be that they feel like nobody is listening to them, or the parents will say the same thing that the children they don't understand how things are so changing that they're hardly listening. And so that is a great need we now have in our society. People, we need to listen to one another. We need to tune down the volume of our talking. I, in thinking along this line, I was like, look, what am I doing here being a speaker? I was sort of like almost thinking, as look, cut off this, and but I am doing this really because of the value that people are getting from my presence, my online presence. I meet some people and they tell me about my show. They tell me about what they read that I write, and so I'm doing this really not per se that I enjoy it, but for the value that people are receiving from what I'm doing. Then naturally, I am not a talking type. This may sound like quite strange for you, but I'm really telling you. Some people will say the honest truth. I'm just telling it from my heart. I really love to just converse with someone and just ask you a few questions and just listen to you learning. Learning is my passion. So maybe it's the other way around that if you're a learner, if you learn some things, then also you have that passion to just pass on some knowledge. So this is what this show is about, really to help you in your performance, really to help you in your relationship, really to help you just live a better life, enjoy your life, enjoy more successes, and so that we can together make this world a better place, make this world a better place. And so, if you can show any act of kindness, any goodness to anyone, let's learn, do so, please. Let's learn to hear one another out more. Many people are suffering, they are hurting because nobody can listen to them. Nobody's listening to them. By just listening to someone, you may not even be able to do anything about what they're saying, but because they feel hard, they feel that someone has validated them. They live that experience with some hope, with some courage, with some confidence. I'm going to be with you again tomorrow. So just reflect on this that there is a critical need that the society, the world today has got. We are in deep and serious need to listen to one another. Please listen to your spouse, listen to your children, listen to your parents, listen to your neighbors. People are hurting. We are living in challenging, if you like, call it trying times. If we listen more to one another, we will cool the tempers. We will become better people. We will enjoy this life better. You don't always have to talk. You don't always have to express or voice your opinion. Uh, if you don't talk, it doesn't mean that you don't have an opinion, but just give someone, your neighbor, someone by your side, that gift of listening to them. Promise me that. Listen to the people around you. Listen to your staff. Listen to your employees. And when we listen, we learn. And when we learn, we know how to solve problems better. Because then you'll be making use not only of your own ideas, but also the ideas of other people. And let's make this world a better place. Love you. Keep showing up and keep winning. Bye bye.